Ricky Bobby, if I DCA into Coinbase, then one transfer out of all Bitcoin, how many UTXOs will I have in my cold wallet? That's a great question. It's an important one to understand, and I've actually received quite a few questions very, very similar to this lately. So here's what you need to know. Anytime you send Bitcoin on layer one, doesn't matter. It could be coming from an exchange. It could be going to a friend. It could be a consolidation transaction. Anytime you send a transaction on layer one Bitcoin, it creates one new UTXO wherever you're going. So if you sent it to your friend, whatever you sent would be one UTXO. If you sent it to yourself, consolidating, you create one new UTXO. If you send it from the exchange to your wallet, you create one new UTXO. But every time you buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, if you're able to keep it at Coinbase, that does not create a new UTXO, because that's not what is happening behind the scenes at Coinbase. When you buy Coinbase, you buy Bitcoin from Coinbase, it's essentially just going into a big slush fund for Coinbase. They got dollars, they got some Bitcoin. They don't move it around on layer one. They just basically take your dollars in and say that you have Bitcoin. That's why there's been so many issues with exchanges going down, because they might not actually have the Bitcoin that they claim to have. Similar to that. So every time you send the exchange money, even though you buy Bitcoin on the exchange, that's not actually a layer one transaction. That's just a big slush fund that Coinbase has. So every time you send money to Coinbase and you buy Bitcoin, it's not creating a layer one transaction. It's just going into the big Coinbase slush fund. Then when you withdraw it from Coinbase, that's when they have to send it to you. That's when it creates a layer one transaction. So that's what you need to know. Every time you're thinking about UTXOs, is every time you send it on layer one, the recipient, all the Bitcoin you sent creates one UTXO. So I hope that makes sense, Ricky Bobby.